Hey guys, it's Renman in Japan, and I'm driving to work. I actually wanted to make this video for some time now. I've been in Japan over 3 years, and of course I have a Japanese driver's license. And a lot of people, when I first moved to Japan, when I was on my international license, were saying, oh, you can't pass your driving license test in Japan. It's hard. They fail foreigners, and it's impossible, They just want money from people, so they're not going to pass you. But so I'm just going to tell you just quickly what I did, and I'll put some links in the description of places you can go or to get the information you need. So how I approached it was, in Japan, there's a place called JAF. It's sort of like AAA in America, if you guys are watching from America. And so I went there first, got some driving packets, of course, so you can read the rules of the road for Japan. And there's some practice tests in there too, because of course you got to take a written test besides, and a driving test. And so I went there, reviewed that for a little while. I said, well, this is easy. I've been driving, 20 years. I don't have a problem with any of this stuff. So then what I did was, where I live in Nagoya, there's a main branch, Hibari driving center, I guess you call it. I went there, and there's a driving school that's right next to the motor vehicle department, where then you actually do your driving test. I scheduled myself 2 lessons. I think they cost, I don't know, $30, $40 a lesson. I don't even remember. I'll look up the information. And so then you go there and you do a lesson. You go around the same track, but the only downfall is if your Japanese is not as good yet, or you have a small understanding, then you'll be okay. But for the driving lessons, you're allowed to bring a wife, translator, friend, whatever. They sit in the back seat, so the instructor will tell you, oh, you're going too fast, or you need to speed up here, or he basically just tells you directions. But of course, it's in Japanese. So I had my wife with me, and then she told me, like when you're changing lanes, you got to check your blind spots. He told me many times, you're checking your blind spots too fast, or watch your blind spots. So that's good advice. And so then when I went to go take my test, I had more confidence. And then so since you're driving on the same track, of course, as you're doing it from my driving lessons, I knew where to go. There's an A course and a B course. So what happens is, when you get there in the morning, they assign you, okay, you're doing A course. You get there early enough, you have time. You can actually go out onto the course, walk it, and then remember, okay, this is where I need to be going 30 kilometers. This is where I need to slow down. This is my first right turn. And then here's a stoplight. Then I need to make a left turn. It's very simple, actually. I don't know why people say they had so much trouble. I went and took the written test, did my vision test, all that stuff. Got 100% on my written test. Went and took the driving test, and of 20 people in my group of the morning, I passed. 2 other people passed. The other people who failed were Chinese, foreigners. They were some Brazilians. So yeah, okay, they failed people, but obviously if they didn't drive as well as myself and the other 2 Japanese nationals, then they fail you. I mean, this is why there's not so many accidents in Japan. The speed is very slow, of course, compared to America and some other countries on the roads and even the highways. It's crazy slow. But I have seen 1 accident in the years that I've been here, and it was literally someone rushing to get out of the street and then just bump somebody. So it's, like I said, it's very easy to get your driver's license here. If you're coming from America, I believe Maryland, and Washington State now have a reciprocal agreement where then you don't need to do the driving test or the written test. You just go in, pay the fee, hand them your license, they run your, they look at your record, and that's it. And of course, there's many, many, many countries around the world, Canada and France, and you can look that up online, that you don't have to do anything as well. You just come and that's it. But that was my experience of getting my driver's license. It's super easy. There was no problems if you have the common sense and knowledge of driving a car. But I was also driving cars in many other countries while I was in the military, on left and right side of the car, either way, either lane as well. But it's just driving. You'll get comfortable with it just like anything else. So it's not a real big deal. But if you guys have any questions or comments, please feel free to ask or leave them below, and I'll help you out if in any way you can if you're going to be coming to Japan. So, but my quick drive to work is almost over. I'm in the parking garage now, and I have to go into work soon. So that's all for now. Thanks a lot, and thanks for watching. Please hit that subscribe button, like button, and like I said, comment if you have any questions. Thanks. Bye.